So then the next program we're going to talk about is Agricultural Literacy Week, and we have Missy Axelrod here on the phone. Hopefully, we're going to see if we can hear Missy. Are you there, Missy?
Hi, can you hear
Oh
me?
yeah, good, good. So yeah, I just we're ready for your part of it. So Agricultural Literacy Week is another thing that has a lot in common with Rooted in Vermont in terms of bringing in different people and celebrating the very Vermontness of Vermont. So have at it, please, Missy. Thank you for
Okay.
joining us.
Thank you for having me. Please let me know if at any point you can't hear me. So I'm Missy Axelrod from NOFA, Vermont, and I'm a resident of Roxbury. I'm a farmer as well as a farm to community mentor for NOFA. NOFA is the Northeast Organic Farming Association. We're a Vermont nonprofit for farmers, gardeners, and consumers. And our mission is to promote an economically viable and ecologically sound Vermont food system for the benefit of current and future generations. One of our programs that we run is the Farm to Community Mentor Program, and that consists of two of us. Scout Prof covers southern Vermont, and I cover kind of central to northern Vermont. And our role is to bring the community to farms and the farms to the community. And one of our big projects that we've been doing for several years now is Ag Literacy Week. And if so Ag Literacy Week is a 1 week celebration every year, the third week of November. The idea behind this is to really just celebrate our farmers and make it a part of all Vermonters' everyday language and understanding. And so a few years ago, we partnered with the Department of Libraries and the Vermont Agency of Farm and Markets. And we found that the libraries were really an amazing partner, not only because the word ag literacy screams libraries, but because they're such an integral part of the community. And it's a great way to bring farmers and community members to the library and vice versa. So every year we have a different theme that we decide on. And there's really no rhyme or reason to why we choose the theme. But what we'd like to have is this one main theme so that all of the libraries throughout the state can really integrate that and have it be this common thread that's weaved throughout that whole week. So I'm going to give you an example of past events that we've done, themes. I'm going to talk a little bit about this year's theme and how we're orchestrating that. I'm going to talk a little bit about why we collaborate with libraries and how that's been really beneficial, ways to have a successful program, some tips, and then we'll talk about a little bit of other work that we do with our Farm to Community Mentor and libraries, because this program is not the only one that we can do with libraries. There's many. So this year, so in the past, last year's theme was Vermont Farm Kids, and we produced a film featuring farm kids from the age of 23 and under. And the reason we did that was because we wanted to share the stories of what it's like to be raised on a farm and to live on a farm and to have that be part of their everyday. And we included some of the older kids, the young adults, because we wanted to hear what they were doing now. Did they leave the farm and come back? Are they still farming their family farm? Did they start their own? And so we created this beautiful documentary, and we had a kind of a grand opening in Montpelier. That was the main event, and then we provided that information throughout the state libraries, and they had the option to show it as well. And our role with NOFA is to help make connections for the libraries. So what we encourage is to always bring the farmer to the table. And so if there's a library that isn't really sure who in their community is a farmer, maybe they're not in as much of an agricultural area, we can always help make those connections to bring those farmers to the events. So that's one of the roles. So that was an example of one year. In other years, we've had a film, another film that wasn't produced by us, but that is a farm and food highlighted film. We've encouraged, libraries to show that all over as well to keep that theme going. This year's theme is celebrating our ancestral agricultural roots. And this theme was sparked because kind of everything that's been happening recently with Farm and Food has been bringing us back to the roots of Abenaki agriculture in Vermont. And a few years ago, the Abenakis received state recognition, and they have been doing a lot of educational programming for teachers about teaching past and current affairs of Abenaki, so the history to current modern contemporary times. And we found that would be a really perfect theme to focus on, to really celebrate the Abenaki and the agriculture that they brought to this state, as well as all other ancestral agriculture. What we really wanted to do is just to celebrate generations, whether they're Abenaki or wherever they're from. And so the main theme will be the Abenaki, but they're not originally from every part of Vermont. So we're going to help connect libraries with some old-timer celebrated farms in your area. So what we're going to be doing, you're going to be seeing this really soon, is a newsletter that's going to talk a little bit about Ag Literacy Week, the dates, the third week of November, which is the 12th to the 17th. And there's going to be basically an overview in the newsletter. And then it's going to also script out 4 main events that we're having that we're really putting a lot of time into organizing ourselves, NOFA and the Department of Libraries and the Agency of Ag. Just to give you a quick idea, one of them will be in Montpelier, one will be in Brattleboro, one is in Highgate, and one is in Vergennes. So based on those, we're going to encourage all the other libraries to produce their own event. And so we're going to have a little bit of a suggested program outlines to help you organize an event. Lots of libraries have their own way for setting program that works really well. So if that works for your library, I suggest doing that. But if you're kind of stumped and not sure what to do, this little bit of a scripted outline might be helpful. And we're going to have an adult version as well as a children's suggested version. So that'll be available to you really soon. And in order to continue that threading of the Abenaki culture, we have a little bit of a story from Dr. Fred Weissman, who is running a project called Seeds of Renewal. So that way that'll continue that. So that's a little bit of an overview of Ag Literacy Week. The reason we really integrated with the Department of Libraries is because it's such a strong partnership. And I think it really goes both ways. The libraries are such a great community space. They often have the space where we can meet and show events. They have lots of enthusiasm, energy, lots and lots of books that we can share with the community. And it's a great way to bring, as mentioned from others of you, it's a great way to bring new people to the library that haven't been there before. And it's a great way for us to get people that might not know about NOFA Vermont and our programming, but they're already library patrons. So it kind of goes both ways, which is wonderful. Another really great thing that has worked is school libraries have walked to the public libraries for Ag Literacy Week events. And that's been a really great way to get more exposure from the school kids to libraries. A little bit about some of our other ideas, other programming that we've collaborated with libraries. This summer we've been doing a small series of what we've been calling simple summer suppers. We create a menu and we use Sign Up Genius. So for example, we're doing one tomorrow in Randolph, and the menu is a basic grilled summer salad buffet. And so people bring in different ingredients, raw ingredients from their gardens or from a local farm or the farmer's market. And then we bring it and we prepare it together right there in the library lawn. And it's been an amazing way to get people together, eating, celebrating. We bring the farmer to the table as well and let them open up the evening with a little bit of an overview of where they're located, what they grow and where they sell it. And so we're making that community connection there, getting new people to sign up for library cards, new people to sign up for CSA shares. And it's just a really fun, yummy celebration and hands-on. Another example are farmer gatherings where libraries have collaborated with NOFA to invite a series of farmers to the library to have roundtable discussions in the middle of winter when it's a little bit quieter for farmers. And it's just a great way to bring people to the table to network. Similar to that, there's been farmer panel discussions where farmers talk about their farm and the audience has the chance to ask questions and learn from the farmers. We've also collaborated on film events where we show a film and have a potluck after. Another really interesting collaboration that's been done sometimes, not only with the Department of Libraries and NOFA Vermont, but Hunger Free Vermont. Hunger Free Vermont offers a program called the Learning Kitchen. It is a community cooking class, and it involves bringing in a community member who is comfortable with nutrition and cooking to teach folks about shopping smart on a budget, cooking with local ingredients. And so that's been a really amazing collaboration as well. Some tips that have seemed to really work for libraries and for us at NOFA to have a successful program is advertising, making sure it's on social media, putting a press release out in the paper, the timing, making sure that there is another event in the area at the same time, inviting press to come and put it in the paper, inviting local town heroes to come so that they can see the importance of the work that libraries are doing. And then my favorite is always personal invitations, actually sending an invitation in the mail or making a phone call to invite the farmers to the event, invite some local community members. And those personal invites really seem to have helped bring people to the events. That, I think, is pretty much everything. That's kind of the overview of Ag Literacy Week and other collaborations between NOFA Vermont and the Department of Libraries.
All right, thank you, Missy.